Most NBA players eat healthy, but LeBron's diet's one of the worst in the entire NBA. Hold up, just look at this man. He's dominated the NBA for nearly 2 decades, and he don't even got a gram of fat. No way he's eating bad. Well, our boy ain't what you think. See, LeBron can't even sit on the bench without eating candy. He can't play in a game without stealing his fans' snacks. And off the court, it gets even worse.
It is Taco Tuesday.
But listen, man, I'm just a dude who plays basketball at the Y. We need an NBA player's input. So let's bring in LeBron's ex-teammate Tristan Thompson, because he exposed all LeBron's secrets. He has the worst diet ever. For breakfast, he has like 5 French toast, drowns it in syrup, then he has like a 4-egg omelet, and goes and just dunks on somebody. He'll come in with this 1-week diet vegan crap, but he literally eats desserts with every meal. Now, you think LeBron eating like that? He would have had a trash season, right? Well, if you know anything about LeBron, it's that when it comes to the playoffs, he goes ape. And it's definitely not a coincidence that when it's win or go home, he takes his game to another level. And guess what? It's all because of his secret diet.
The things that I started cutting down is the sugars. You know, when it comes to the playoffs, it kind of slows down the process of recovery. And so I kind of go heavy on the carbs. It gives you energy.
Damn, LeBron, that's crazy, but other players got better stories. Like LaMelo Ball, because his diet's dirtier than my internet history. You'd think a kid who became a worldwide phenomenon's eating something like this or this. But the truth is, our boy's just like any other teenager. He don't give a shit what he eats. See, when LaMelo was playing overseas, his dirty little secret got leaked. Turns out, LaMelo's recipe for success relies on the 5 major food groups. No, not those. I'm talking about these.
I just eat fast food. McDonald's, like 2 cheeseburger, large fry, smoothie, like some chicken tacos or something, water. I mean, you need that to stay alive.
Man, after eating all that, how the hell did he spend enough time outside the bathroom to become an NBA player? But anyways, when he isn't filling himself up with those proper nutrients, he rewards himself with Skittles, gummy bears, and Pringles. But hey, who am I to judge? Obviously there's a reason he's a pro athlete, and I'm making YouTube videos. And at least LaMelo didn't ruin his career before it started, like Joel Embiid. See, the process in Philadelphia wasn't always being trusted, because right when he became the NBA's number 3 draft pick, things got bad. Somehow before even playing a single NBA game, injuries ruined the first 2 years of his career just because his body couldn't stay healthy. So the 76ers forced Embiid to live in a hotel downtown, because they weren't stupid. They knew when he was out with the boys, he'd be like,
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip.
and listen, we're talking about a dude who'd publicly clown healthy food, so from that point on, every single week, Philly's training staff made it a priority to personally stock his fridge with the good stuff. But every single time they stopped by his crib, pretty much nothing was eaten, opened, or even moved. So Philly needed to get to the bottom of this, and they started an all-out investigation. When the team got a hold of Embiid's room service bill, they couldn't believe their eyes. Most days, this dude was ordering nothing but fast food, and with every single order, his favorite drink, a pitcher of Shirley Temples. So they let Embiid know that if he didn't change his diet, his NBA contract would be terminated. And Embiid thought long and hard, but he ain't come all this way for nothing, so he vowed to change. Kinda. He started eating chicken with kale and swapped out the Shirley Temples with bottled water, but sometimes he just can't help himself.
My gosh, doesn't go away.
And just think, there's really a dude eating like this, and placing orders like this.
So I got Chick-fil-A for the whole flight. Joel had his own separate order. So his was 4 sandwiches, a couple fries, and 4 cookies and cream milkshakes. It was kind of absurd. I'm like, Joe.
And he's still dominating the NBA. Well, I guess that's what it takes to become a 28-point per game player, so it looks like Embiid's cured. Unlike Stephen Curry, who's suffering from a dirty addiction. Because even though dude's become one of the greatest shooters ever, he owes all the success to his guilty pleasure. It all started when he was young, because Steph wanted to follow exactly in his dad's footsteps. Not only did they bond over basketball, they always loved their movie nights, where dad introduced Steph to the treat of his dreams. And right when Steph put it in his mouth, the rest was history. Now being in the NBA, Steph can't warm up. He can't play a game. Hell, he can't even sleep at night without reliving that taste. And in 2019, he got exposed.
I heard that you love popcorn. You got into popcorn.
I have a huge popcorn addiction, I call it. So I have a ranking of every arena based on the freshness, the saltiness, the butterness, and the crunch of the popcorn.
Where's the best?
The best right now is in Brooklyn. I don't know what happened in LA, but they have the worst popcorn.
Damn, man, if only I would've ate like these guys. Maybe I'd have a jump shot, millions of dollars, and a mansion with a pool. Instead, I'm living in my car. But hey, at least I eat better than John Wall, cause his diet was so bad, it nearly lost him his foot. Back in 2010 when John Wall played for Kentucky, he wasn't the usual 19-year-old kid. Dude was averaging 17 points a game against the country's top players. But that's where his problem started. Cause our boy had the exact same diet as my little brother. And while some people post up on the corner, Wall, he posted up at the vending machine. Cause our boy was literally addicted to junk food. The only time he'd ever eat anything healthy was when mama came around and whipped him up a home-cooked meal. And still, that year he accomplished his dream, becoming a #1 NBA draft pick. So now being in the league, what do you think he did? Well, the truth was, things only got worse. Now playing with the Wizards, the Washington Post came around to check out our boy's new crib. And instead of showing off his supercars or pool in the back, Wall was most excited about his pantry, cause it looked like something straight out of Willy Wonka's factory. Chocolate bars, honey buns, cinnamon toast crunch. Wall even admitted, I got all the snacks. All I do is eat snacks. I don't eat vegetables, my mama gotta make those. And listen, to him, nothing mattered, cause this was all his recipe for success. Wall came into the NBA, won Rookie of the Year, and instantly became one of the league's most athletic and quickest point guards. Just check these stats, man. Our boy was becoming an icon. Until... all cause of his diet, devastating leg injuries made his career come crashing down. But Wall had hope, cause his $100 million contracts made him feel invincible. Until his surgery didn't just cost him money, cause the complications that came with it almost cost him everything.
So how did you get back to that point in your rehab, and did you change anything with your diet? How did you go about kind of rejuvenating your body?
Yeah, I always had a chip. I think just like my diet and also just taking better care of my body. Like, hiring a physical therapist to build me all the time. I'm a massage person. Just doing all the other things that you feel like you needed to make your body feel better at a high level. For mine, I went through 3 or 4 different infections. So it got to the point where, okay, are you going to have to cut your foot off or not? And that's where it got real with me there. Like, the basketball aspect was like going to be easy for me. I feel like any rehab you come from the first 3 or 4 months is the biggest key of anything. It's how you attack it.
Look at Wall, man. So inspirational. And now being on a new team, it's the perfect opportunity to prove he's a changed man. Cause Wall knew if he ever wanted to get back to his superstar level, he had to clean up. So he fixed his diet. For breakfast, a smoothie or an acai bowl. For lunch and dinner, some lamb chops, steak, or vegetables. Hey bro, hold up. You hear something? Oh my god. Yeah, we can't talk about the NBA's craziest diets without mentioning my boy D-Rose. Cause back when he was playing for Memphis, our boy led his team through every round of March Madness into the national championship, so you'd think his diet was on point, right? Well, coming into the biggest game of Rose's career, it hit him. The day before the game, Rose was nowhere to be found, and articles came out that he could literally miss the game from a stomach ache. So the fans were confused. Even moms were on YouTube raging.
What kind of crap program is John Calipari running at Memphis? Their best player is sick? Come on! This is why these boys need to team up.
Cool story, Mom, but there's more to the story. See, the truth was, our boy had a secret. While most star athletes work out, eat the chicken broccoli rice diet, and throw in a protein shake, D-Rose, he's built different. And right before the big game, one of his teammates exposed him. He eats gummy bears and Starburst for breakfast, Twizzlers and honey buns for dinner. That's why his stomach hurts. We tell Derek the whole year, stop eating so many gummy bears and sour straws, but he can't. Nobody eats gummy bears more than him. Now, Rose went on to play in that championship game, but they lost. And just a few months later, the addiction followed Rose into the NBA. Yeah, he was the #1 draft pick and instantly signed a $22 million deal. So he used some of those millions to hire a personal chef, but he still couldn't shake his nasty habit. Like, even his chef was scared for his life, saying he just eats candy, syrup, grilled cheese sandwiches, things kids eat. He never really eats real food. Now listen, we're talking about a dude who got a Skittles machine put into his house. But Rose wasn't worried, because right when he came into the NBA, he took over. Look, our boy stepped into the pros and became unstoppable. He won Rookie of the Year, an MVP, and carried the Bulls to the playoffs. Like, he was so good, he'd even eat candy while he was on the bench in the middle of the game. D-Rose was on top of the world. Until...
You guys, you wanted us. You were crying out that You bypassed the harder team in Miami Heat.
Rose came down bad on his left foot. See him holding onto his knee and down. He was flying and he came down wrong on the left foot. Now, whether it was an ankle or a knee, I do not know.
This wasn't a coincidence. Many thought this injury was out of nowhere, but if you know how bad he was suffering from his addiction, you would have seen this coming. All those years of eating unhealthy was proven in a study that sugar weakens your bones and it increases your risk of fractures. So at Rose's situation, there's no denying it. Cause he went on to get injured more times than I can count. And things have gotten so bad, coaches are literally afraid to watch him play. Just cause they know any single night could turn into a tragedy. And Rose admitted, everybody's got their poison, mine's sugar. So, it kinda reminds me of a player in today's NBA, whose addiction is so out of control, his own mom had to step in. Over the last few years, Zion Williamson has become one of basketball's most trending topics, but not for the right reasons. Yeah, throughout his high school career, Zion dominated. But the problem was, he put on over 100 pounds. So when he shot up to 250, nobody understood how a dude this big could literally fly like Jordan. Just look at this. Man, it wasn't even fair that he could do that. But to NBA teams, obviously it didn't matter. And even though he ballooned up to 285, the Pelicans selected him with the #1 pick. But that's when his weight became a bigger headline than his highlights. That summer, everybody was wondering, what the hell was going on with this man? Dude literally accomplished his dream, but was on the bench tired and out of shape. He sat out 4 months of his rookie season because of a mysterious knee surgery. And then when he finally could play, in the middle of games, the Pelicans literally had him doing extra workouts. And I'm not a $1 million basketball player, but I'm pretty sure this isn't part of any team's game plan. And here in 2021, things have gotten worse than ever. At this point, I can't even open up my phone without seeing another Zion meme. But at first I thought, damn, they really be clowning my boy for no reason. Until dude really showed up to media day looking like Thanos. Like, did he really think he wasn't gonna get roasted?
Zion, folks, you can see he's put on some pounds, man. He's gotta get that weight off.
Come on now. You know things are bad when fat NBA players are literally giving you advice.
Do you think he needs to lose weight in order to be effective in the NBA?
I broke my 5th metatarsal in my ankle because I played too big and too fast.
Right.
So the game is changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's a naturally big guy, but at the same time, you have to adapt to the game.
Right.
And he has to get his weight under control.
Yeah.
He might have to lose some muscle mass.
Yeah.
But other than that, he should be okay.
Yeah. Big Baby's right, man. This type of weight causes injuries. So that's why Zion's missing the beginning of an NBA season again. And just because Zion hasn't been able to give up the junk food, finally, his mom said enough's enough. She stepped in and forced his diet to change. And she not only made Zion give up his bacon in the mornings, she said his secret soul food addiction had to go. So she swapped all that out for salmon and vegetables. But one day this summer, after mom cooked up that meal prep, as soon as she left him alone for a week, this man didn't just sneak back into his old lifestyle. He literally became the face of Mountain Dew. Look at dude, man. He's just getting so out of pocket. And that's why the Pelicans are scared for his life. Because their training staff exposed him and said now he weighs over 300 pounds. God damn! At this point, I don't know if there's any coming back from this. But I don't know what's crazier, Zion's weight or you? Click in this video right here.